Let's all go off the record for a minute. He is doing it again. I've been talking about Senate Minority Leader Harry Reid. What an angry man. He must be miserable. Listen to what he said about the 2016 GOP presidential contenders.
Who's the Republican nominee likely to be?
You know, I don't really care. I think they're all losers.
Losers? All of them? Is that what he calls them? He didn't say he has a different vision for the nation, different opinion, different strategy. That's what real leaders might say. Reid just calls them all losers. Anyone who might dare to have a different opinion than he has is, in his words, a loser. You know why he said that? Well, he's not feeling good about himself. He's not proud of himself, so he does the predictable. He just flings the gratuitous insult. It's not his first. Remember how mean-spirited he was when he intentionally lied about Governor Romney, falsely saying he did not pay taxes? Reid didn't apologize. No personal integrity. And then recently he gave some obnoxious response defending his bad behavior then. So this is how Reid chooses to end his Senate career. Not looking like a statesman, but looking small. To use his word, well, like a loser himself. The next 14 months are going to be extremely painful as we watch Senator Reid continue to self-destruct. I hate watching anyone self-destruct. The Senate Democrats would be kind to him, kind to all of us, if Senator Schumer would now just take over as minority leader. Let's do it now. And that's my off-the-record comment tonight. And joining us, our political panel, USA Today's Kirsten Powers. She's the author of the brand new book, The Silencing: How the Left is Killing Free Speech, and the National Journal's Ron Fournier. Ron, first to you. I don't know. I wish he wouldn't say, call everybody losers. I mean, I say things that are inappropriate sometimes, but I'd like to see some smart and statesman-like from him once in a while.
Yeah, I'd like to see something smart and statesman-like from all of our supposed statesmen.
Agreed.
The coarseness in politics has gotten real bad. And I think Reid really got away with one of the bigger whoppers in politics in my time in the business when he accused Romney of not paying his taxes. He knew that was wrong. It was harmful to Romney politically. It was a lie. And he never really paid the price I thought he should for it.
Well, he's still defending it now, Kirsten. I mean, about a week or two ago he had an interview and he said, well, it lost. Or something like that.
Unfortunately, he is often very mean-spirited. This one, I agree that the Romney accusation was terrible, but this one is really nasty, and it's so dismissive about a group of people who, whether you are going to vote for them or not, I'm probably not, are a very impressive group of people, actually. All in their own right, and so for him to be so dismissive, and a few of them are his colleagues.
Why doesn't,
I think of that,
yeah.
Why don't some of the Democrats sort of speak up, or are they privately, push him out? I mean, if he doesn't want the job, because I think he's hurting the party, hurting the Senate. He doesn't inspire. I mean, he just sounds nasty. Although, regrettably, Bill Clinton is quoted as saying that he said in a phone call recently at the end, "I love you." Maybe he does love.
Every time he talks to him.
He says it. Whatever. But why don't some of the Democrats sort of?
Well, I think Harry Reid is actually the reason he's been very effective at his job, and he's been very effective at keeping the Democrats.
Lost the Senate.
But I think in terms of, there were bigger forces at work in that, I would say, and I think the individual members tend to feel looked out for by him. That said, I think they're perfectly happy to see him go, and Chuck Schumer is somebody who is much more amiable and much more able to have relationships with people he disagrees with.
And, name-calling is part of the game now, unfortunately. Well, why don't Republicans crack down harder on, what was it, Wilson, who yelled at the president, "You're a liar," during the State of the Union address? They let Scott Walker get away with saying the President of the United States doesn't love his country. This coarseness we tend to be allowing on both sides. If our guy is doing it, it's okay. If the other guy is doing it, it's inappropriate. I think what Reid did is wrong, and I think when Republicans do it, it's just as bad.
Maybe they're not letting each other doing it. Maybe we voters are letting them do it. I mean, because you think of those negative ads that they run into, where they practically call each other child molesters. I mean, they're very effective, and they're just nothing but mean-spirited sound bites and twists and everything else.
When 30% of us vote, we get what we vote or don't vote for.
Yeah, I think that there are obviously a lot of very angry people out there, angry at both Democrats and Republicans, but he is supposed to act more like a statesman, and I think that, regardless of whether people want it or not, he shouldn't be talking about his colleagues that way.
And this is the way he will leave the U.S. Senate. His distinguished career will make him look petty. Anyway, panel,